there are people living downtown, and they're affected, and people living across the water like me who are affected.
That's City of St. Augustine Mayor Nancy Sykes-Klein at last week's commission meeting. Liz Ryan tells us what's affecting people downtown.
Noise. And there are new rules in place that make it easier for the city to crack down on it. For over a year, city officials have conducted studies, worked with consultants, listened to input from the public, and agreed on ways to cut down on disruptive nighttime noise. Hotels, motels, and B&Bs will be treated like residential properties. Thursdays will be treated like weekdays when it comes to noise restrictions, meaning a 10 p.m. cutoff. Resident Scott York likes the changes and feels it will improve the quality of life for downtown residents.
10 p.m. is a decent hour for people to be able to rest. We don't work in a 9-to-5 society anymore. So extending beyond that would absolutely not be acceptable.
He also likes that now it does not require a complaint from a resident for an officer to go investigate a loud or disruptive noise.
It does allow any police officer riding, biking, or driving by or walking by a business, and they can hear that from the designated distances to be able to enforce this noise ordinance.
This allows officers more leeway in using their own judgment. If they observe something like a persistent loud barking dog, an ear-piercing power tool, or a booming bass speaker, if it's in violation, they can put a stop to the noise. Vice Mayor Barbara Blonder is pleased with the new restrictions.
Quality of life is really, really important to me, and I think my fellow commissioners. I think it's important to the business owners in the community, and the residents have been heard.
The ordinance was passed unanimously, with a few exceptions: warning alarms and church bells. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Liz Ryan.
This local news is a service of your hometown Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, US 1 St. Augustine, here to wow you.
Save the magic.
Sally O'Hara, president of the Florida Downtowns Association, talking about the beloved iconic Magic Beach Hotel that could face the bulldozer.
Speaking on behalf of the community of Alano Beach, O'Hara explains what's at stake.
An iconic fixture in the Alano Beach Town Center, and it was the cornerstone of the Florida Main Street application, as well as multiple other designated applications that were awarded over the years.
However, a determined developer wants to replace the iconic structure with 20 two-bedroom residences and retail shops.
Structure itself is representative of the 1950s motor court era, which is the character and the ambience of the communities that we want to preserve and protect. And should the Magic Beach Motel be removed, it will eliminate a piece of history that we cannot get back.
This new review and decision by the Cultural Resource Review Board has been moved to the county auditorium so more citizens can speak out about the Magic Beach Motel.
So it is a bigger audience, and what we want to do is encourage people to come and attend. And if they support saving the Magic Beach Motel, wear a red shirt by all means. And there is a 3-minute limitation on public comment.
The meeting is today at 1:30 p.m. in the county auditorium. WBHU has reached out to the developer for a statement, but we have not received a reply. For St. Augustine's Local Morning News, I'm Karen Johnson.
Pedestrian safety is the goal of a new road construction project in the city.
Construction on a pedestrian safety improvement project begins today in downtown St. Augustine on State Road A1A.
That's Jacob Pickering of the Florida Department of Transportation talking about the start of the $1.75 million project that starts at King Street and runs to Castillo Drive.
FDOT is upgrading traffic signals as well as crosswalk signals, and we are also performing sidewalk upgrades and replacing the lighting with up to standard enhanced lighting, new pavement markings, and ITS, which is the Intelligent Transportation System upgrade, which is mainly just cameras and more signals and more things like that. We're bringing A1A up to standard here.
Once the safety improvement project is complete, work is scheduled to begin on another important project in that area.
We wanted to go ahead and get these pedestrian walkways, pedestrian features up to standard here before we began the improvement to the seawall.
Work on the project is scheduled in such a way as to keep traffic flowing despite the construction.
Lane closures will be at night, so we won't impact any traffic.
Work on the project is expected to be completed later on this year. I'm Roxanne Stewart.
And now you're up to date with St. Augustine's Local Morning News. I'm Rich Carroll.